Good morning, happy Sunday. Today's video is going to be a bit different because I'm having somewhat of a creative block, we'll say, and I'm struggling to come up with ideas to just what to talk about. Obviously, I'm not reading as much at the minute because of the new job, the house move and stuff like that. And someone kindly put on my last video when I spoke about the fact that I was in a reading slump, why don't you do some sort of reading vlog? Don't get me wrong, I'm not really experienced with these kind of things. I'm used to just sitting in my bedroom in corner, I press play and I just talk about a few books that I've enjoyed. So I'm not much of a vlogger. I just feel like I'm not aesthetic enough, I suppose. I think YouTube's just got this nice aesthetic look and I just don't feel like I fit that mould. So I've avoided vlogs and stuff like that, but we're just going to do one today because I don't know what else really to do. So I'm going to talk to you about a few books that I have dabbled in recently, and then today my plan is to take you around the new home. It's not done yet, but I just thought it'd be a good idea to show you around it before it's complete, show you the area that I plan on converting into a little book nook, and then when it is fully done I can show you around again. So I thought that'd be a good idea, so buckle up, today's going to be a bit different. So the books firstly that we're going to talk about are both books that were sent to me after my last video. I moaned, basically. I think I did an entire video just moaning that I was struggling, that I were in a reading slump, I weren't sleeping very well, and I didn't know how to get out of my reading slump, and I was getting angry because I love reading and I wanted to read, so I picked up Harry Potter. So I read Philosopher's Stone, and it did what it always does. It reminded me why I fell in love with reading, and it got me out of my reading slump. And in between reading Harry Potter, I got a few bits of mail sent off my Amazon wishlist. So this one was the first one that came. And this is called Ascendant by Michael R. Miller. I've heard a few people talking about this, and I'm excited for it for two reasons. Firstly, because it's got dragons. You know, like I love me some dragons. And secondly, it's a blind dragon. So without going into this, I'm guessing that there's a unique take on this, and there's going to be some sort of like disability representation with the dragon. I don't know if all dragons are... I know you can't see because it's sun. I'm soz, not soz. But I don't know if all dragons are going to be blind or if it's just this one here. But from reading the back, I believe that this dude on the front finds this dragon egg and raises this blind dragon to be his own when people shouldn't normally like control dragons or something like that. Sounds really cool. It's part of a series. I didn't choose to pick this up after I got out my reading slump. After I got out my reading slump, actually, let me tell you who this is from because there was a nice note inside it as well. The note says, Sabanebby, a gift from Erin T. I recommended this to you a little while back and definitely think it might give you a world to escape to while you're going through all these changes. Thank you for your videos. So glad I found your channel, from Erin T. Erin T, thank you so much. I know you can't see that again because of this bloody sun. Can you see me now? Erin, I was so close. I was genuinely torn between this book and the other book that I picked up. The only reason I picked up the other book was because I'd just come off the back of Harry Potter. So this book here, Alchemized, is... So they've got Harry Potter fanfic, which is basically fans that write stories in the Harry Potter world. So they might write them about Draco and Hermione or other stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's fan fiction. And one of the most famous fan fiction books of all time was called Manacled, which was written by this author, Senlinyu. But the book itself, which was massively popular... Everyone loved it, and obviously publishers got their claws into it and they were like, oh, we'll be able to sell this and make loads of money. But they couldn't allow the Draco Hermione love story to stay because of copyright issues, and I believe that the original plot was similar to that of The Handmaid's Tale, so they had to change a few things in the plot, which created Alchemized, which is like a re-edited version with a slightly different plot and different character names, a different magic system, but it's the same author and it's almost like the same story with just some different twists and different takes on the Manacled story. So I was feeling it. I was like, I've just read Harry Potter, I want to read a book written by an author who did Harry Potter fanfic, and I am currently like 100 and some pages in. I'm like just over 10%, and it's a chunker. It is thick, really thick. It's like 1,000 pages long, and sometimes that daunts me when I'm in a bit of a reading slump. It's been the best 100 pages I've read this year. Genuinely remarkable. The only thing I would say is, if you're going to go into this book, go into it with an open mind. I think this book is going to hit with certain people and miss with others. I believe if you enjoy dark fantasy, grimdark fantasy, dark romance, this is going to be a book that you will enjoy. But I think if what you've read so far is kind of more cozy fantasy, romantasy and things like that, it might just be a bit too much. There are a lot of trigger warnings in this book. They're all at the back, so if you're going to go into it, I think the author at the start of the book warns that there's going to be some like triggering stuff in here, and to check the back of the book. And in the back of the book they've wrote all of the trigger warnings, and there are a lot. I did see a couple of reviews on this book online with people slating it. It's got good reviews on Goodreads. I think it's rated like 4.6 or something like that, which is stonking. But I took that with a pinch of salt because it's fanfic. It's a fanfic author who's already got a decent following. So the following from Manacled is going to pull across to Alchemized, and most of the people that love Manacled are going to love Alchemized. So the reviews are going to be high initially before the general public start reading this book. It is a story that follows a girl called Helena, and it appears that she is basically at the end of an uprising where her and this group of people who are against the government, I think it seems so far, they've tried to overthrow them and they've failed. And in failing, basically, most of the people that surrounded her, most of the people that were part of this uprising have been killed or captured, and she's one of the people that have been captured, but she doesn't remember a lot of what had happened in the past. She remembers snippets, but she don't remember it all. And there are hints that maybe she actually erased her own mind so that when they started torturing her, she wouldn't remember, so she wouldn't give the enemy the information. So far, there is no romance in it, but I already know that there is a romance subplot. I believe that Helena, the woman that's been captured, and her captor are probably going to have some sort of weird romance. Some of the trigger warnings include the R word and things like that. And I understand why people like give bad reviews for books like this, because it's never nice reading about stuff like that in books and reading about essay in books and things like that. But this book is so far just a real depiction of war and the aftermath of war and the things that, you know, people do to prisoners of war. And that's what this girl is. She's basically a prisoner of war, and so far she's been going through torture, mental manipulation, going through horrible stuff. But this sort of stuff happens in reality, and I think sometimes people just want that stuff avoiding from books, and we want it to be all nice and fluffy and stuff and happy ever after, but we don't always get it. And so far I'm loving this book so much. It really is like a good representation of how evil humanity can be when laws basically just don't exist. So I'm excited to see where this goes. The writing is spectacular. The plot line so far is really good. Reuben's just shouted at me and told me he's done a poo, which has ruined this part of the video, but I'm just going to go and wipe his bum and come back. I think that's like video number 3 now, when I've been in the middle of recording and Reuben's just done a banging turd behind me and screamed it in the middle of my video. So maybe like he's just the cameo that I didn't know I needed. Children. Gotta love them. 1 minute. So yeah, this book so far, just marvellous. You're at the back end of this war, and they're trying to gain information from this Helena because they don't understand who she is, where she's come from, how she actually survived in this stasis state for so long, because I think they had her for like a year and they were like, you should be dead, but you're not. How? She doesn't really know how she's still alive. They don't know. They're trying to do things where they go into her brain and basically mind read her. There's such a clever magic system. There's necromancy, so they can bring the dead back and use them as like slaves, which is really dark. There's a scene right at the start, it's not really a spoiler, where after the war, they will go out to the war. These are the bad guys that you're kind of following. They'll go out, they'll kill all of the people that are part of the uprising, and then they would, theoretically speaking, let's just say this happened, they'd kill a woman, and then the man would still be alive, and then they'd bring the woman back from the dead, and they would use the dead puppet to kill the husband. How crazy is that? Mental. So they've got that sort of stuff going on. They've got the mind reading element. There's an aspect of like where they can manipulate metals and things like that. Just really, really good. I'm loving it so much. It's alchemy. Gagging for it. Really, really enjoying it. there's not been a word wasted on me in this first 100 pages or so. So if you are feeling brave, and if you are into grimdark fantasy, dark romance, dark fantasy, and you want something different that's a standalone and not part of like an epic 10-book series, I highly recommend, so far at least, that you give this one a go. Because so far, so good. That's pretty much it on the book front. Oh no, it's not. This was also gifted off my Amazon wishlist. So I need to tell you who got me this, because they wrote me a lovely note in the front of it as well. Where the bloody hell have I put that note? I was just about to come on here with face on, like proper face on, because I couldn't find this note anywhere. I'd read it yesterday when I first started reading this book, and I put it somewhere safe. And I'm a typical bloke. When I put somewhere like somewhere safe, it's so safe that I never find it again. But I found it. So it's from Chris and Ailey. It says, "Hey Tyrone, my wife and I love your content, and I can resonate with you, as I too have suffered with mental health issues most of my life. Reading is my new favourite hobby. We hope this helps you out of your reading slump." From Chris and Hayley. Bloody hell, did it get me out of my reading slump? Yes, it did. I just love these notes more than anything. The amount of notes that I've cried at. Chris and Hayley, this has absolutely got me out of my reading slump, and I'm buzzing for it. It does help that since we last spoke, I had a wicked night's sleep. And I knew that'd happen. I had a really good night's sleep after like a week of not really sleeping well. And then I woke up buzzing. I was like, oh, world's amazing. Like, what a fantastic time to be alive. So hopefully, for anyone that's watched my last video, and then is sitting watching this video, it'll just give you that a bit of encouragement that things do get better. I had quite a few messages as well. I had a lovely email. Let me see if I can find this message actually. Someone sent me a poem, and it was beautiful. I don't know much about poetry. I don't know if it was a good poem, but I just know that I liked it. And I also loved more than anything that someone had taken the time to email me a poem when I was struggling. So this poem was sent by Gerard. I hope I spelled that right. It says Gerard Hazelwood. It says, "I saw your video and heard things are hectic. I wrote a poem. It's about being present, the beauty of autumn, and good from bad. Perhaps so much more. It's all I have to give. I wish it was more. Thank you." So this is the poem. "Better late than never. After 10 days of grey autumn rain, sea water so clean, as clear as the air, the grass so green under singing pine, new bridge near constructed, dental white, columns suspending against sky bright blue and cotton swab clouds, a fresh breeze of dragonflies, renewed verdant wetland, over it floats, make life your time, forever in the heart." It meant nothing to me, I'll be honest. I'm not clever enough to be able to make that make sense. But I read it and I was like, it obviously made me cry because someone had written me a poem, and I was like, how beautiful is that? My wife's never wrote me a poem. So Ellie, if you do watch this video, write me a bloody poem. Yeah. And stuff like that just gets to me. I love the fact that there are people out there that just do beautiful stuff like that and think about other people. Where were I going with this? My last video compared to this video. So yeah, I'm just buzzing my life now, and I want people to watch my last video, then come watch this video and be like, Tyrone got better and I'll get better. Sometimes you might feel crap for weeks at a time, weeks and weeks and weeks, but eventually you'll come through it and you'll start to feel better again. You'll start to enjoy life. You'll start to look out your windows and see green grass and be like, how beautiful is that? Look at blue sky and be like, oh, and birds won't annoy you, and it'll just be marvellous. And one of the big things for me when I'm feeling really, really low, and this bothers me the most, is that I don't really see joy in my family. Like, I look at my kids and wife and stuff like that, and I just feel empty when I'm really low. And there is no greater feeling than when you get through them dark periods and I wake up and I hear my kids moaning and whining, and I just think, oh, how amazing is this? How amazing. And everyone, honestly, it might take you a year, it might take you 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. Eventually you'll feel that way about something in your life, and it's worth the wait, it's worth the struggle, so just keep fighting. So we've done the book stuff. The plan now is that I'm going to wrap this bit up, and then I'll take you to new crib and I'll show you around and talk about plans and stuff that we've got for that. I'm really sorry about all the noise in the background. This is just a family house. I've got my maid downstairs trying to do homework. She needs help with it, so she's coming upstairs and stuff, and I'm going downstairs and helping with that, coming back up. Ellie's in bath with Reuben because I'm doing this video and normally I get shower with him. What a day to be alive. I'll see you in a bit. And as if by some pagan wizardry, here we are, come on in. So after arguing for 5 minutes, Ellie's going to try and figure out how to use this camera. So this is the front room. It's going to be quite echoey because we've got no furniture in. Basically this entire house so far has been decorated by Ellie. I've just agreed to everything because happy wife, easy life. So the walls are in, I think it's called baby poo brown. All of the walls in the house, pretty much throughout, are baby poo brown. Ellie's laughing behind camera because I keep calling it baby shit brown. It's actually Egyptian cotton by Dulux, if anyone cares. This wall here is black because Ellie is a secret goth and she basically wanted the entire house black, but I agreed to let her have this feature wall black. But because it's a council house, this wall here, they sent Stevie Wonder to like repair it and it's knackered, so we're going to get a fireplace up to like here, and then I don't know what she's doing with this wall. What are you planning on doing with this?
The TV apparently is going on that wall.
Okay, TV apparently is going on that wall. It's a shell of a room, but this is the colour scheme we're going for. And then into this little bit here, what's this called?
Hallway.
Hallway. Baby poo brown on the walls again. And then Ellie bought this nice little wicker wooden thing because she says she likes it.
It's rattan.
The stairs, Eloise, showing you like work of art. She wants some sort of runner up middle. So there's going to be carpet up middle at stairs and then whip down side and then black on either side because she saw it on Pinterest and she liked it. And then these here are going to be black and white. She's painting some black and some white because it looks good. She's actually shown me pictures and it does look good. Kitchen, these are baby poo brown as well, all these walls. All the walls are baby poo brown. Kitchen, this is just like council stuff you get. So this is all council when we came in. So she's doing, what are you doing on top of these? It's
well, we're having a new
contact
kitchen.
paper. Is that what it's called?
DC Fix.
DC Fix. So she's going to contact paper on top of these to make them look like the wood. And then she's contact paper in these to make them like off-white. And then the walls are staying baby poo brown. And is there anything else you're changing?
The tiles eventually.
Oh, tiles eventually. And then we've got this cool little bit out here. Garden's massive. Can you see garden through there? Can you show it?
No, get your keys, you can open back door.
Garden's very big. And then it goes all the way to the side as well, around right. And then that in the corner, if you can see, that tree, it's a plum tree. We get plums in summer. How good's that? And then right outside the garden, we've got like a concrete bit as well. This is just like a little entry bit to the back of the house. And then in here, so this here is like a mud room, and we're going to get, you might want to come in. I don't think anyone can see it. You're such a rubbish camera woman.
You told me to stand far away from you.
Yeah, but if I'm talking about mud room, you need to show the mud room. So this here, Ellie's going to figure out some sort of thing here to put shoes, and then we're going to get coat hangers on wall for coats, and then oh, Stevie Wonder plastered this as well. So yeah, Stevie Wonder's been employed to do like a fair bit in this house. Right, let's go upstairs.
You're not doing...
Are we doing garden? No, I was going to show you outside the house, but Ellie's like, oh, I want to feel secure in the house. I don't want people to know where we are. So I'm like, I respect that. So I'm not showing you outside the house in case people catch a glimpse of the door number, and then I just don't want some crazy man sat outside in bushes at night going, oh, I fancy you, Ellie. So we're not going to do that. So upstairs.
Shoes off.
Shoes off. Shoes off. What are you doing? That's not upstairs. That's a pantry. Who cares about a pantry? There's a pantry with an electric box in
I
it.
have plans for the pantry.
No one cares about your stupid pantry. Right, these are stairs. And you walk up them.
I'm just going to film. Oh, you've not seen his room yet, have you? After me and Dad built the bed.
So we've had the floor done up here. We've had it laminate throughout. And oh, look at my toenails. They need repainting. Can you see?
No, we don't see toes.
Right, do you know, if I'm trying to show people around the house, you don't just show them somewhere else. You're such a crap camera woman. So this is going to be my maid's bedroom, and she wanted it slithery. So she wanted like slithering vibes. So we've got the ship brown walls, and then slithering green on here.
Pine needle.
Pine Needle by Crown, I think.
Dulux.
Alright, Pine Needle by Dulux. And then Ellie's got loads of like slithering memorabilia stuff off Amazon, so they're going to go on walls, and she wants slithering bedding. Thing is, she did a test and she was actually a Gryffindor, but she wants to be a Slytherin because she fancies Draco Malfoy. So what will be, will be. And then she's got like one of these things here, and it's already got this here. This was already in when we came, so she can have like storage for clothes and stuff. I don't know how we're planning it all. Ellie's going to figure out like where beds go in and stuff like that, because I'm just rubbish with stuff like that. Out here, we've got, we'll do Reuben's bedroom next.
I'll leave his.
Alright, so we're not doing Reuben's bedroom next, we're doing our bedroom. This is where the magic doesn't happen. So this is my, what do you say for bedroom? Humble abode? No, that's my house, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is my bedroom. Ta-da! So we've got, in the minute, we've got everything in shit brown, baby shit brown. But Ellie wants a feature wall, but we need to figure out where the bed will fit first before we can decide which wall will go poo brown. No, not poo brown. So we were originally going to do this wall, but when we got the property, all of the plastering that Stevie Wonder had done had like bubbled. So we need to speak to council first to see if that needs replastering or whether we can just pop the bubbles and paint over it. But this, the bookshelf, the book nook, that Ellie's finally agreed to let me have, is here. So this is where I'm going to build my own book nook. Ta-da! Look at that!
In you get.
You know, get, look! Look at this! Ta-da! So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, because I didn't have a dad growing up, so I didn't have anyone to teach me DIY. If anything, Ellie's actually taught me all the DIY that I know, and a dad. But I'm just going to build stuff in here. So I don't know if I'm just going to have like shelves that just do this, or if I'm going to have shelves that like do this. You know what I mean? So like around, so I can have them all the way around. I don't know if I'm going to have lights in it, if I'm going to decorate the back walls. All I know is that I finally got a space where I'm going to have some books. So I'll record all the stuff that I do over time, but this is going to be a project. And I don't know whether I want to remove these doors.
No.
And have like curtains or something. Ellie said she likes them, but I think they look really old fogey. And we are going to replace all the doors in the house because we get these, like these council doors, just look right crap. So we want panel, are they called panel doors? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want panel doors. Should we show Reuben's bedroom?
Yeah, let me just lock this.
Shit. Are you done? Let's go to Reuben's bedroom.
You've not seen it yet, have you?
No, this is the first time I've seen Reuben's bedroom. Well, fully done.
It's not fully done, it's still got lots of stuff to do.
His bed, I hadn't seen this because Ellie come round yesterday and made the bed up with her father. Yes, Ellie's got a father. Well, I've got a father. Someone obviously like ejaculated inside my mother, but he just didn't stay around. So Ellie's dad came around and they made this for Reuben. So this is from IKEA and it's called, what's it called?
The Cura reversible bed.
The Cura reversible bed. So you can either build the panels, the slats, on, you can either put them on the bottom and then you can have the top bunkers like a place to play and stuff, or you can do this. So Reuben's going to stay up top here, so he's still got this to like keep him safe so he don't fall out of bed at night.
The bed, the slats stay wherever they are, you just flip the bed, and then if you want to make it a bunk bed, you add additional slats.
That's what Ellie said. So Ellie said something about flipping bed. So yeah, that might make sense to you, it doesn't make any sense to me. But it's a reversible bed. So it's got storage down there, it's got a carpet where we're going to have like teddy bears and toys and stuff. And then it's got this here. So this is a stair box, and we originally didn't really know what to do with stair box. We were thinking about maybe like building the bed on it, but we didn't. Ellie's great idea, because she stays awake at night and doesn't sleep and she just scrolls on Pinterest. So that people were using these as like little happy places, we'll call them.
He's having a book nook.
He's having a book nook, his own little book nook. So this is just like a little thing that should be, oh it is as well. It's like got anti-stick stuff underneath it so it can sit there. And then up here it's going to have cushions and books and stuff. Ellie spoke to her brother because he's an avid skateboarder and he's going to give Reuben some decks. And we're going to make shelves out of decks and hopefully used trucks off a skateboard to make that little hangers and stuff in the bedroom. Ellie did this all because she's creative and stuff, and we bought some stuff from Dunelm Mill. And the walls are babysit brown. And then some, like, actually Ellie's nonna, when she came round, I said to her, what do you think that looks like there, that brown thing? Because I thought it looked like a tombstone. And
on the first coat before it's finished?
On the first coat before it's finished. And Ellie's nana said, I think it looks a bit like shit.
Just move the cushion.
So move the cushion. Okay. So Ellie's nana thought that looked like a massive turd. And then that's probably actually, you know when babies do their first poo? I know it's a little bit light, but that's like first baby poo.
The first poo is like tar. It's like black. It's called...
Yeah, they do like a green poo early on. There's like a green baby poo.
Yeah, the first poo is like tar. That's called
Yeah, but do you know that the first green baby poo?
It's called overtly olive, actually.
It's called one of the first baby poo greens. That one is. And that's just black, because Ellie loves black. Which is why she went for me, because I'm quite a black. But the only thing my dad gave me was the dark eyes. I missed the magic stick. Is there anything else we need to show in this?
You can show out of my maze window, the garden that way.
We've already shown them the garden out of the kitchen.
No, you can't see it.
Bloody hell. For someone that didn't want to show outside the house, you're quite keen now to show outside the house. I meant the front of the house. Look how big our garden is. Right, come on everyone. Ellie wants to show you that we've got a massive garden. The front?
Yes.
We've got nothing on the front of the house.
I said when you're recording, please don't catch the front
See,
of the house.
basically, you don't want people to see the door number.
I don't want people to see the front of the house.
Yeah, you can't. You can see less up here than you put in the thingy. I've got some weeding to do. That's it, there's your tour. I've got loads of weeding I need to do in garden. We're right buzzing because we've got a 3-bedroom house and we're going to buy this one. We were putting off buying our old house, only 2-bedroom, and we needed 3 bedrooms, so we've got 3 bedrooms now. So we're going to do this one up, make it feel like a home, because last one didn't feel like a home. We just kind of stopped caring about it as soon as we started looking for 3-bedroom houses. So we're going to love this one, we're going to buy it, and we're going to make this house a home. Hope you liked it. I just thought I'd quickly check in because this book, this Alchemized book, when I went into it I was reluctant because I've seen the reviews online where people have been like, oh, you shouldn't read it because it glorifies all these bad things and yada yada yada. So I went into it reluctant. No, I don't agree with any of it. It's marvellous, truly marvellous. And it definitely, so far, reads like romantasy. The plot, the way that the plot's going. So I understand it a bit more now. This Helena has only been in a state of stasis for like 14 months. So end of war, she's woke up, she kind of doesn't really know what's happening, and they're trying to do tests on her using psychological and physical torture to get this information from her so they can figure out if there's anyone left as part of this uprising. Helena has now been put in the care of, if you want to call it care of, it's not care of because he's batshit crazy, but his name is Kane Ferren, I think his name is. He's like the guy that does all the horrible shit for the big bad guy. You know, you've got big bad guy and you've got the dude that's just under him. He's the dude that's just under him. So he's in her care. She's like living in his gaff and he's letting her have some sort of free roam. It's almost like Beauty and the Beast. She's in this big manor and she's allowed to roam around a little bit and stuff. Now she is having a lot of thoughts of doing bad things to herself and stuff. So that is one trigger warning, that she does have like suicidal thoughts and things, thoughts of self-harm. There are a lot of flashbacks of some like dark stuff that's happened, but it's war. So when you go into this book, you're going to have to expect that there's going to be some dark themes in it. There's themes of torture, of murder, of depression. So yes, I do agree that there's a lot of dark themes in it, but I think as long as you go into this book expecting that, it'll hit well. I'm currently on just started chapter 7. I read the first 5 chapters and I've just listened to 2 chapters. As you know, I normally struggle with audiobooks, but I'm just sat painting in my little Tamlin t-shirt, and I thought I'm going to give it a go and just see what it's like. It's definitely worth the credits. It's 36 hours. It's narrated by Saskia Marleveld. Never heard of it before, but if people like audio and like certain audio actors, then that's who does this one. It's decent. She does the man and the woman's voice, and it's like that thing where she does the woman's voice in her own voice and then the man's voice a bit deeper, and you can definitely tell the difference between the two. I don't hate the audio, I think it's relatively good, and I'm just really enjoying it, if you can enjoy something so dark. So I'm going to go as far as to say I do recommend it already. I am, what is probably not even 15% in. Not much has happened yet. She is really in this manor, and she's just going around, and there's been some interaction started between Helena and this Ferren dude, and I can see that there's probably going to be some sort of romance subplot with them two. She's already having like inner monologues where she's talking about him, where she's expecting him to do certain things because he's got this reputation for being just an horrific man, and so far he just hasn't done anything that she expects him to. But don't get me wrong, he is still a bit cray-cray. I'm excited. I do think that romantasy fans would enjoy it, but you're just going to have to accept that it's going to be a lot darker than your typical romantasy. I do think that fantasy and dark fantasy readers would enjoy it, but there's going to be more romance in it than maybe what you're used to. But the romance don't feel like ran down my throat a minute. There's been no sexy stuff happen, but there's definitely subtle hints that these two are probably going to start like fancying each other at some point. I'm too tired to read anymore. We've done a lot of painting. I've showed you around the house. We've spoke about some books. So I'm going to like wrap it up. I am 100 and... how many pages am I into it? 100 and... I think like 2 pages. 103 pages, chapter 7. Just so you know, Chris and Hayley, the people that bought me the book, I'm using your note here as a bookmark. So a 2-in-1, thank you. Really enjoying it, genuinely. Really good book. Writing's stunning. The plot is great. I've not been bored a single word through this book so far, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I've not really got anything else to say. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a bit different, and you've had an house tour. We still spoke about books and stuff. I don't know what to plan in future. I know people have said they want vlog stuff. I did record a few vloggy things in the house, and then I deleted them after because I was like, that's just not what you see on YouTube. And it didn't feel like me. This feels like me, just sat in front of a camera in my bedroom talking rubbish about books. So I think that's what I'm going to continue doing. I don't really have an appetite or need to do vlog style content. I don't really know what else to talk about other than books, and I can't imagine anyone else is going to be interested in about anything that I do in life. So I think this is what you're going to keep getting. If you've watched till this point, as always, I love you the most. Keep smiling, and if you're not smiling, eventually you will. I'll see you in the next one.